Hey guys, Azrael here with another video for you guys. This video may be exciting because this is a kickoff to one of my new series, Roast Central Block Party. This series involves things such as talking about my personal experience in real life and events like that, somewhat like people like Leafy and Pyrocynical have done. It's going to be sure exciting because in the first episode of our new series, I'm going to be talking about the Antichrist. It literally isn't something like Hitler, it's just a kid in my school that I call the Antichrist, because he pretty much acts like one. However, we won't call him the third Antichrist. Let's call this guy, Salmonella. Salmonella is a good name. Now, let's say, Salmonella. I knew this kid since he was in the third grade. No, actually the second grade. My mistakes. He was like the average kid in our school. He wouldn't, try to drag anyone down. He wouldn't try to bully them, and he was always doing good in his grades, which is surprising because today he is just flopping it. For the people that actually know me and my life story, they're just gonna say like, whoa, he was nice? Well, actually, yeah, he was. I mean, this was the start of a new generation of school for me. Because that was when I recently moved from another school. I forget what the name was, but it definitely wasn't in the area from when I moved to second grade. Anyways, throughout the year of the second grade, he was nice to me. He would never do anything bad. He would never call me names. Just a generally nice guy. However, when the third grade hit, that was when the bomb just dropped for him. In fact, it wasn't a bomb, it was a big fat nuke that could take down Hiroshima in like 10 seconds. He would get rid of his good appearances, start doing bad things. I remember one of them was when he got in trouble for doing something on the school play yard. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty funny because when he got in trouble, he had to go to the washroom real bad and the teachers wouldn't let him. I think it's just because he didn't ask, because he would have thought, like, they said, oh, you're in trouble, like, you should be staying on the wall, mister. But anyways, since he had to go to the washroom, he instead tried to take a leak on, like, the school wall, and it was absolutely gross. Because when he got out of the way of where he took the leak, you could see, like, this big waterfall drench. It was just all over the place. It was so nasty. But back then, I thought it was funny because it was just one of those appearances where you just never get to see in real life. So then I started to spread the awareness by shouting, Salmonella's Pete. Now, I'm saying Salmonella because I'm not giving out his real name, but I'm just shouting out, Salmonella's Pete, Salmonella's Pete, Salmonella's Pete. Then the whole half of the schoolyard just comes over and starts chanting with me, which is pretty weird because that was a big rise for me. I was like, hey, people appreciate what I'm doing. But then again, this is like the most reckless kid I'm going against. And then another thing he did was one day for about a week or so, he tried to chase me around the schoolyard because he wanted to be friends with me. But I knew this guy, he beat up like 3 first graders, and I'm just like, no, get away. I'm trying to run away from him in the schoolyard. So then a couple of other people, they're like, hey, I know this guy is something different with him. So they decide to protect me, and even one of the girls went up to Tanner and started beating the shit out of him. And he was like broken, man. Now, not literally broken bones, but like, he was close to being broken. I mean, holy shit. And with that incident, he ended up leaving the school for about 3 years until I saw him in grade 7, which was a long time. I didn't want to see him though, but he wasn't grown up. He was just big. No, but still with a child mind. I met him in grade 7. He was still like the same when he was in grade 3. But instead a lot worse. Instead, he'd try to do even grosser stuff. He would try to rape the girls in our classroom, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? You nasty little pig. Now, I never actually saw this in real life, but one of my, friends who is a girl, yes, I have a friend who is a girl, she told me that he tried to, like, slap her ass. And by doing that, making her bend down by reaching for a pencil that she dropped, and literally, like, forcefully slapping her ass, which was pretty inappropriate for him. But then again, he's one of those guys who, if he sees World War III come off, he's just gonna be like, Who gives a fuck? The world's corrupt. And if you try to stop him from doing something such as the ass slapping, he would just call you a big giant faggot for no apparent reason. It doesn't depend on whether you're straight, gay, or even a lesbian. He still says it. Even today, he still says it. Actually, a couple of days ago, I was asking him about a recent fight he got into, and he's just like, he calls me a faggot, and I'm just like, dude, I'm asking you a general question, and he's just like, well, go die in a hole or anything like that, because you're worthless to the earth, you scum. And I'm like, why are you talking, kid? Because he is the scum of the earth. He's the one that you find at the bottom of the ocean, dead with all the other fish and ships and shipwrecks and down there. He is just the Antichrist. Get it? That's right. Salmonella is the Antichrist here. Oh wait, you said fight? Oh yes, I said fight, and it was circling around our school like a wasp. It was the fight between Salmonella and this other kid. I'm gonna give a descriptive thing. I'm not gonna give him a name or anything like that. He was 6-foot black man, and he thought he could beat the shit out of him. He better think again because he can't. Now the 6-foot black man, he did take a couple of hits to other fights of which they actually practiced in their fights, but Salmonella, he just can't fight at all. He just swings his arms and runs for life. Now, how did the fight start? Well, it was on a bit of a controversial note, but Salmonella, sorry, has actually have a sister. Let's call her Salmonella Miss. No, Miss Salmonella. Fuck the name. It's so confusing. But, okay, let's just say Salmonella's sister. Salmonella and the 6-foot black guy, they are actually friends. Now, they were hanging out in their house together, and Salmonella's sister, for some reason, she went to the cops and told them that Salmonella's friend, the 6-foot black guy, was trying to rape her. What? Now, to put that into perspective, Salmonella's sister is actually one of the pickiest divas there, and also fails grades just like her brother does. I mean, hey, it's siblings. It has to match up. I mean, it makes sense, right? But since she's the diva that wants everything and almost gets everything, she decided to tell or tattletale on something Salmonella's friend did not do. Because let's be real, Salmonella's sister is probably one of the most grossest little pig fuckers you can find out there. And Salmonella's response to the rape allegation, or just the fake allegation, he decided to make a video to his friend through Snapchat. And in the video, he says that if he comes near her sister, he says he's gonna kill him or possibly stab, shoot, mutilate, torture, whatever kind of weird, twisted frickin' things he does. It's just, oh, goodness me. I'm sighing from the irony here because, let's say Salmonella, he told me a story about where his sister tried to pull out a knife on the guy because he wouldn't let her get the TV. That's right. How stupid is that? And ended up with Salmonella and Salmonella's sister. They were fighting out. They were both holding knives at each other, like telling them to drop the knives. And her sister going, "No, you dropped it first before I stabbed you." But yeah, so they both got caught by their mother. So, lols. So yeah, that's the part of the rape allegation, but that's not the only thing he does, because of course, the Antichrist does many bad things, many bad choices without any reconsideration. Now in class, he tells me, and also screams out that he worships Cthulhu, the school shooters from the Columbine, and Hitler all together. Because you know what? They're his heroes, of course. Because an Antichrist worships another Antichrist. I mean, I guess it's just the circle of life for Antichrists. And he also tells me that he has a shrine of all the three of them, and would normally bring in a goat just to sacrifice, to put in the middle of the shrine and whatever, because, well, I don't have to explain it. It's pretty obvious. But if he's joking or not, why would he have to bring in a goat in? Like, dude, you can just bring in your mother. I mean, just take a bit of parts of her, and I mean, it's going to be still equal to the normal size of a goat. Now, not only does he technically bully in the real world, he also bullies on the cybernet. That's right, he does it too, because he's always around you. No, I haven't really seen much of the bully posts he puts on there, but he has an Instagram page. I'm not going to reveal it. I'm going to keep it private because, well, the account's private and you don't want him getting like millions and millions of followers. But on his Instagram page, it's just cancer, hockey, cancer, everywhere. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not saying that I dislike or hate hockey. Well, I don't really, well, I do kind of dislike it. But the thing is, he just posts regularly about hockey, saying like, oh, look at Alfie. He's going pretty fast on the ice. Now the juicy stuff. Salmonella's grades. Now what I hear from many people is that last year he actually got a 23 on his math average because why not? I mean, hey, Salmonella, right? People mostly recognize him for being a failure at life. But no, let's jump to the conclusion. Why do I call this kid Salmonella? Well, there's a reason to that. It's because his mouth, or his breath, smells like a goldfish died in there. Now, I don't know how much he showers, but let's just say he showers pretty much every week. Every week. No. Yeah, one day every week. That's his schedule. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much all for the first episode of the Kickstarter series, Roast Central Block Party. If you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. And if you want some more, then subscribe to my channel for plenty more of content and turn on your notifications because it's coming real soon. So have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening, whatever time zone you're in. I wish you a good day. Bye, guys.